We're not here to change things. We're here to help Mother Earth. We're the caretakers of this area. We're medicine people. We're supposed to be from our hearts. Nothing matters after that, because you're not taking nothing with you. You're coming in. You come in with nothing on, you're going out with nothing. And that's our way of life. My name is Blue Spruce Standing Deer. I am from Taos Pueblo, and my Tiwa name is Okoa Bakoni, meaning Blue Spruce Standing Deer. Start answer is a spirit guide that I had within me, but I didn't know about. My dad already knew what the medicine man in the spirit world told me, that I was supposed to be a man of many colors. But I never knew what that meant. So he said, Onowai, meaning sun in Tiwa. Onowai, Anakoyamo. Now I know, he said. And that's how I went to a peyote meeting, but I never knew that title that man gave me was I was supposed to be an artist, man of many colors. I don't know if I was trying to prove something to myself or just being tough about things. I was painting one day and the background was light pink, but it changed to blue. And I had to really straighten out my eyes, and I started looking at the canvas and it kept on turning from light pink to dark blues, light blues. And then it started appearing with stars, and I saw this figure coming way over there in the canvas. And I saw this man, this beautiful, strong-looking warrior with hair flying all over space, just coming just like. Man, when he was coming like this, he was going straight out, looking upward. His hair was massive. It was way all over the place. And boy, when he came up, he's just like, whoo, right here. And he was going like this. And I could feel his breath. His breath was so sweet, it was like lavender. And he opened his mouth, and when I looked through his eyes, I could see past him. It was endless blue way over there. And he opened his mouth and he said, I'll go up back when I came because I know you and your dad, the medicine man, and your medicine to talk to you, to make you feel who you really are. If you want to turn back, well, I can let you go. Meaning, if he let me go, I would have a very short life. If I stay to listen to him, I would have to change. coming from the spirit world, coming from the spirit world, I think I was very anxious to get here. And when I got here, I felt Mother Earth breath on my face. And being Tiwa is in depth. It's not only being an Indian person or a red man. The Tiwa way of life is from the roots of Blue Lake. And I'm part of it. And I think it's so... My dad just came in. I think that's why being Tiwa means so much in depth about us. We're not only living, but we're breathing the creation. And I think that's who they were. And that's what we're gonna be. And I think in my heart, I would never want anything else to be me but where I came from and where we're going. I think that's why my dad and my mom and my grandmother and Grandpa Tony were so powerful in our lives, and the addition was Mabel. Mabel did a lot that a lot of people could not imagine for our tribe. And I think that's why I'm so pleased and always happy to be who I am, no matter if we do things wrong or right. Being Tiwa is the most fragile thing that I'll ever be in life. And that's how I feel about my tribe, the Red Willow people.
This song is written from my heart to yours to be in touch with our rhythms of spirit, of movements when walking or driving, thinking how happy life is.
Love is a word that has no barrier whatsoever about who you are or where it comes from. I was always at their house when I was growing up, Mabel and Tony, because these two people came from two complete separate lives that had nothing to do with anyone else but dreaming about each other. That's where we're at now, Mabel Dodge house. And of all the stories and all the connections that I have known about them, they had that tendency of power. Our grandpa Tony, Antonio, and Mabel Dodge, they lived here, they made their life together here. And it's a start of their energy. The power of this place gives you the power back of who you are each time you come here. When I was a child growing up, and I didn't realize what kind of family I had, so I saw a lot of integration of different type of people at Mabel's house, which they call the big house. I got to know a lot of artists when I was growing up around their house almost every day. And so I was involved with that kind of culture. We got to know a lot of different people from different countries. So by the time I really got out of elementary and going into junior high and high school, we were exposed to the outside world. And I began looking really at their love life of how they treated each other. Especially when I saw how Grandpa got involved with Mabel and how Mabel showed him the intimacy about who she was toward him. I said, that's what I want. He gets a little emotional here and there talking about the lives of who they were, because this is where we got to know what peace was, or to eliminate prejudice of things, of people, because Mabel was so intertwined with the two worlds like Grandpa was. And I think that's what makes the story so emotional.
When you close your eyes, you can go out of this world and come back with your dream in your hands.
Grandpa Tony, he's a Tiwa person with power, with Blue Lake power, Kiva power. Grandpa Tony was a peyote man, a spiritual connected person, a person that relates to medicine. Grandpa Tony was very powerful in his Kiva way. My dad was a different kind of medicine man. He was born with it, and he was taught by very serious people to have that kind of medicine. Grandpa Tony adopted my dad's mother as his daughter in public at the Pueblo because he had no children. So he announced it that he wanted a daughter, adopted daughter, for himself to carry on his life. And in the Tiwa way, he said, this is what my life's going to be when I'm gone, is through my daughter. He wanted to have someone carry on the spirit of who he was. And when my dad was born, that was his first grandson out of his first daughter. And he never gave it his energy to anyone else but through Grandma and my dad. He was so powerful. His energy is just, we carried it. I'm carrying it right now as I'm talking, who he was. When we were growing up, and my Grandpa Tony and my dad would be singing, or a group, we picked up song by just listening and put it in our hearts and mind. When you do that, you appreciate the songs that they're making, because it's actually medicine. You know, it goes into your body and it heals you. And he told me, he said, grandson, he said, Moko means grandson in Tiwa. When Moko, he said, my grandson, he said, when I'm not here anymore, just sing. I get a real emotion by his words. He said, when you sing, just bring me in. That means that I never left you, he said. It's something that I never forgot.